Hello, my friends, and welcome to my beloved garage. I say beloved because for the past 15 years, I lived in a tiny little apartment and there was no storage, so all of these bikes and all my bike stuff was inside of my little apartment, hanging on everything, and it was really hard to get around without tripping on bikes. But finally, I've made it in life. I now have a garage, and I'm excited to show you all of my bikes. And since I have a garage, I've gotten a few more. I'm hiding. Can you see me? Can you see me now? Boo. Okay, so I'm totally aware of the fact that this is a ridiculous amount of bikes for just one guy. But if you're new to my channel, I work very closely with Priority Bicycles, so I have a lot of their bikes. And I designed some of these too. And not all the bikes in here are Priority. I will get to those soon. Okay, the very first bike I'm going to highlight is one of my favorite bikes. I ride it every single day. It's my daily commuter. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Priority 600. So this is the first bike that I ever used with the pinion gearbox. This is when I fell in love with this technology, the 600% gear range. All of the gears are protected from the elements. There is no derailleur, as you all know if you follow my channel. Gates carbon belt drive. I have a rack on the back, and I usually always have my panniers back here so I can carry stuff, go grocery shopping, get my beans. This is made by local company Green Guru out of upcycled materials. This bike has front and rear fenders for those sloppy, rainy, snowy days. It also has, this is very cool, a dynamo hub up front. And that means when the wheel turns, it creates power and generates enough power to turn on this front light up here and a light in the back. I love this thing. I've also used it for some light touring. I've used it on RAGBRAI a couple times. It's just my daily, awesome, comfortable bike. You know, the one that you feel right on. Ding, ding. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go to this one. I'll pull it down. This one is very special because I helped design this bike with my buddy Eddie at Priority Bicycles. This is my adventure bike for just about any adventure that entails rough roads and single track. I rode this on the Tour Divide last year. It still has a lot of dirt on it from a recent adventure in Costa Rica. What makes this one special, obviously, is the pinion gearbox down here with that 600% range and the Gates carbon belt drive. It also has mounting points all over the place. So you can put frame bags. Obviously, when you're on adventures, you want to carry a lot of gear. So sometimes I have gear hanging off the handlebars, some sort of a rack system in the back. This one has a dropper post and my comfy seat that does not give me saddle sores, called the Infinity Saddle. It has a Marzocchi fork up front with 110 millimeters of travel that takes the edge off. Oh, and I can't forget this, very important little detail, my slogan, get out there. And the flat irons are famous mountains. Okay, which one is next? This one is calling my attention. The orange one. You know what this one's called? The hot sauce. Why is it called the hot sauce? Because it's so hot and it has chilies on it. Look at this thing. The hot sauce. I love this bike. I ride it primarily when I want to go out and have fun on my bike in the dirt. We have a great bike park here in Boulder called Valmont Bike Park, and it's good for dirt jumps and pump tracks and stuff like that. This is just a traditional kind of retro style mountain bike, old school. Check out these awesome handlebars. It has an 8-speed gearing system called Shimano Nexus. As with all of the Priority bikes, they have an internal gearing system, no derailleurs. This one is all in the hub as opposed to the pinion bikes where the pinion is right there, but all the gears are in the hub here. As always, a Gates carbon belt drive. All right, we're gonna make our way all the way down the line to the Gemini, which is a gravel bike with drop bars. You don't see me on these kind of bikes very often, but I do love them for certain occasions. You don't see me on skinny tire bikes very often, but that doesn't mean I don't love them. I love all my bikes, but I use this one less because I like the rowdy dirt more. But this bike is certainly my fastest bike. It's great on pavement, road rides, rail trails, and mild dirt roads. What makes this one truly unique, here, listen to this. Ooh, yeah. It is electronic shifting, and it's connected to, you guessed it, a pinion gearbox with that 600% range and a Gates carbon belt drive. Next up, I'm gonna show you this bike, the Trek 8000. This one is near and dear to my heart. This is the bike that I rode home from Honduras back in 2005. I bought this in Honduras when I was a Peace Corps volunteer from a US aid worker who was leaving after finishing his project, and he sold me this for 500 bucks. I love this bike. Also, fun fact, when I was a kid, I mowed lawns every summer and I saved up all my money and I bought a Trek 8000 back in the mid-90s. And then many years later, I got another one in Honduras. So this bike, I rode from Honduras to Boulder, down the east and the west coast here in the United States, across the country once. I rode this bike until it literally broke. You can see here, see that crack in the frame? I was riding up a mountain in Boulder and it essentially just snapped. So now it hangs out on my wall. And as long as I'm pointing the camera up, let's look at this bike. This bike is my New Belgium 3-speed cruiser. I rode this across the country in 2009. And people thought I was crazy. I had a trailer attached to this thing. It has only 3 gears. It's an old Sturmey Archer hub back here. But I got up and over those mountains out of California. I rode it from California to Washington, DC. It's just a simple cruiser bike. It's worth maybe $300. Another fun fact about this one, it has a new crankset on it, but when I was 50 miles away from DC, outside of Harper's Ferry, this crank broke in half, just broke off. And I rode this bike 11 miles to the nearest bike shop and I got it fixed. So that is my New Belgium cruiser. And it goes to show you don't always have to have super expensive gear, or you definitely don't have to have super expensive stuff to do big things. And as long as I'm talking about cruisers, let's talk about this one, the Duzer Cruiser. This is a super sweet cruiser bike that we came out with last year, pretty much just for fun. It is the Priority Coast Cruiser, but we did a little limited edition batch right here, Duzer Cruiser. Up front, it has, you know, some Colorado mountains, that Colorado sun, that get out there slogan. And of course, you know these colors? Have you seen these before? On anything that I wear? Maybe. These are the colors of the Colorado flag. This is just a simple cruiser. It's all aluminum, so it doesn't rust. It's actually very light as far as cruisers go. It is a 1-speed, so no gears on this thing, which makes it nice and simple. And I love this seat. Oh yeah, it's so nice and cushy. I have this cool bell on it that one of my viewers sent me years ago. Let's get that in focus there, buddy. Yeah, look at this. It's a burrito riding a bicycle with the Colorado flag. It's kind of the ding dong sound. Ding dong. And it's just very comfortable. And I ride this bike sometimes on the Thursday night cruiser ride here in Boulder. I've been riding the cruiser ride for 25 years. It's my favorite thing to do. Just getting together with a bunch of goofballs and riding bikes. Nothing better. You know which one's calling my attention now? This one, the Reeb. This is not a Priority, and you can tell because it has a chain. And who is this? Who came to visit? It's my favorite guy, Buddy. How you doing? This is my neighbor's cat. You wanna go bike packing someday? Yeah? You wanna go bike packing on a little adventure? Yeah. You're very distracting and you're so cute. Oh, you wanna help me film maybe? Okay. So this right here is a great bike. I love it. The Reeb Squeeb, it is called, and it's made right down the road in Lyons, Colorado. Look at that cool head badge up here up front. It's actually made by a company that makes beer, Oscar Blues. If you spell this backwards, B-E-E-R, beer. So this is a big, beefy enduro mountain bike, full suspension, 160 millimeters of travel up front. Right here, this is an MRP shock, and in the back, it has 150, 160 millimeters of travel. It's got nice, beefy Maxxis Minion tires, Dior XT derailleur. This is my only bike that has a derailleur, but man, I love it. Someday Priority will come out with the full suspension with the pinion, but until then, this is gonna be my ripper. Check out this cool stem cap. It's like a Dia de los Muertos kind of thing. And it's aluminum. It's an aluminum bike, which I love. Most of my bikes are aluminum. And this is the kind of bike I ride when I go like real deal mountain biking, where I want the cush, I want the suspension, single track, bombing down here in Colorado or Moab. Let's go to this one, the 600X. This one is special because it's like my firstborn. You know, this is the first bike I designed with Priority. I rode this bike, not this exact one, but this bike, the 600X, down the Great Divide in 2020. This is the first bike in the whole lineup of Priority adventure bikes. Now they have many, many. I have modified this one a bit because when we used to sell it, we don't sell it anymore because the new version is the ADX, but it came with a Wren suspension fork. I put on a solid fork here, and I have 3-inch wide beefy Maxxis Minion tires. This is my snow bike. I ride this bike. It's not fully a fat bike, but it's close. I ride this bike in the winter because it gives me more traction, more stability with the wider tires. I have a rack on it, of course, to be able to put panniers on it to go grocery shopping. I've got a nice fender back here so I don't paint the back of my body with mud and snow and schlop. But it's very similar to the 600 ADX. We just changed the geometry a little bit. Yep, I'm never letting go of this bike. Here's another one of my Priority cruiser bikes. This was a custom paint job they did for a brand, red, white, and blue, like a bomb popsicle, you know? I ride this one, of course, on the cruiser ride, especially near July 4th and Memorial Day, patriotic days. I love it. And I have a little basket up here. I like the little basket. Cruisers are fun because they're just simple, and when you're riding a cruiser, you're having a good time. You're usually with friends. Sometimes you're at the beach, but if you're riding cruisers, you know you're in for a good time. And it's not gonna be like physically painful. You're just going cruiser speed. So what's cool about these racks, I'll show you. You can just like, you put the bike in there and it just kind of swivels. This is called Steady Rack. It's an Australian company. I'm not sponsored, but I like what they do. It makes my garage a little bit more tidy. We're gonna make our way down the line here. And this one right here is the next one up. And I think you're gonna like this one. It is the Priority HXT Hardcore Hardtail. I really love the colors. I'm gonna give a shout out to Elliot at Priority. He does all of the graphic design stuff and the colors of the bikes, and I really like this one. This one, of course, has pinion and gates. What makes this one special? It's a new one too. We've got electronic shifting. So cool. We've got a nice beefy rock shock up front. And this bike is more for mountain biking than, let's say, bike packing. You can certainly take it bike packing, but this bike was designed to rip on the trails. It has a dropper post. It has nice, big, wide, beefy tires, strong wheel set. And yeah, I have fun on this one on the trails here near my house when I don't want to get too rowdy. When I get really rowdy, I take the full suspension. but this one is good for just about anything else. This one here does not come with these lights. I put them on because I love them. I ride this bike a lot of times on the Thursday night cruiser ride here in Boulder, and you just want to jazz up your bike. Everybody else does, and it's fun to be a bit more visible. This is the Priority E-Coast. So they have the regular Coast, which is just your traditional cruiser bike, and this one has a little bit of e-power, or I should say a lot bit of e-power. The power, the motor here is in the back. It's got the Gates carbon belt drive. These tires are 3-inch wide, so they're great. They feel very comfortable, lots of stability. The fenders, you know, I don't know of many other e-cruiser bikes. This is certainly one of the few, and I really, really like it. I also have a speaker up front when I want to jam my tunes. I've got my little Captain America bell that my friend Hunter gave me. The battery is in the back. It has a pretty good range. I don't need to charge it up all that often. It also has a throttle, so if you don't want to pedal and get really lazy, you can just throttle this thing, or you can pedal it, whatever you want to do. This one also has the Redshift pedals, which I really love. They're super cool, they're really visible, and they're magic. Watch, it'll go from white in the front to red. It just magically changes colors. And of course, it's a cruiser, so it has a comfortable seat. All right, what else can I show you? Okay, how about this? Okay, this is my super fancy cardboard box full of bike packing bags. So I go through here before every adventure and I look for what I need. Every adventure calls for something different. This is a rear bag off the seat, all this fun stuff made by Green Guru, and dry bags. You've probably seen a lot of this stuff on various adventures. I've got my snack bag that goes on the handlebars. So that's pretty fun. Over here, I have my tools and toolboxes, and here's a pile of tents and sleeping pads and camelbacks. And we have sleeping bags up here. And oh, these boxes right here, those are my book. That's the Long Way Home book. What else? Oh, check it out. A couple of unicycles. Why not, huh? You gotta have some one-wheeled fun every now and then. Over here is where I hang my helmets. This is my goofy nutcase America helmet. This is my fun Smith hot pink 80s retro style helmet. This is another Smith helmet that I have painted gold, which looks like something out of Star Wars or maybe the CU Buffalo football helmet. And I have my Swedish moose sign and lots of stickers. Oh, there's Mira. Oh, I miss you, Mira. Above the bikes, we have my CU Buffs flag. I am a proud alum, University of Colorado. We've got the Mexican flag. This is my Honduran flag that all of my kids that I worked with in the Peace Corps signed the day I left and rode my bike home. So I carried this flag all the way home from Honduras. My American flag is up there. It's kind of hidden because the garage door is open, but I have the American flag, USA flag, and that little bit of blue and yellow right there, that's my big Swedish flag. Oh, there's a better Swedish flag right here. And a map of the Great Divide mountain bike route. Behind this wheel is the Nepalese flag. It is the only flag that is not a rectangle or square. And this is an old bullfighting poster that I took off a wall in Mexico when I lived in Guadalajara in college. Of course, I have my map of the world to look at and dream and decide different fun places I want to travel. Of course, if you go to Nepal, you're going to come home with some prayer flags. Yeah, I have a little bit of everything on the walls here in my garage. Oh, this is super fun. You know how I like to make noise. My neighbors love me. This is also where I store my double-sided lightsaber. You know, I'm a Star Wars nerd. I sometimes bring this on the cruiser ride. It even lights up. All right, I think that's pretty much it of all the things I want to show you in my garage. Thanks so much for watching this video and all my other videos. Like and subscribe, and if you're new to my channel, check it out. I have adventure videos from all over the world. Bronco fan. Whoop, whoop. Have a good day, everybody.